traffic to get a hold of Walleyes Unlimited. So thank you guys so much for coming in. And again, big thanks to the event here, 36th Annual Walleye Banquet coming up just around the corner. Thank you.
From MTN News, this is Community Connection.
Thanks for joining us on today's Community Connection. I'm Jason Laird, joined by Mike with the Montana Cowboy Hall of Fame. We've got the annual, I don't want to call it banquet, but Hall of Fame inductees coming up just around the corner. Kind of talk about this event and what it's all about and the, the basis behind the event, I guess.
Excellent. Well, thanks for having us here.
Yeah.
It's the annual induction of the people it's an induction luncheon of the people being honored by the Montana Cowboy Hall of Fame and Western Heritage Center.
Wow.
There are 24 people who are going to be honored on February 8th at the Heritage here in Great Falls.
Okay.
And there's 12 living and 12 legacy.
Okay.
And the state is divided into 12 different districts.
Okay.
And so these people that come from the communities around the state, they're nominated locally, they're voted on by trustees locally, and then they're gathered together as, like I said, one from each region living and one legacy, and then they're honored on the February 8th. This is the 12th annual event, and it is really becoming just a treasure of Montana stories that go back to communities. They're really stories that are relevant to, instead of the real high-profile people in Montana, which are also a part of the Cowboy Hall of Fame. But this brings out people that are maybe known locally, that are ordinary people with extraordinary lives, and they've made contributions to communities throughout the state. And I think what piques people's interest is you find out that maybe there's a street named in your community, or a mountain range, or a creek, or it starts to kind of bring the community together of what the history of the people who've lived here before us and people who've made great contributions to the Montana heritage, Montana way of life, Western values. It's all tied together in the Cowboy Hall of Fame. The Western Heritage Center, I think, is a little more accurate than Cowboy Hall of Fame, but it's much more inclusive.
Sure.
It's the cowboy as an idea more than like the Hollywood cowboy. It's Native Americans, it's ladies and gentlemen both that have made a difference in the history of Montana and life here.
Wow. And the thing that really stands out to me with the Cowboy Hall of Fame is it's in a sense preserving the stories, preserving the history. So not only is somebody getting honored, but their story is going to live on indefinitely.
That's one of the real driving forces. You are absolutely correct. There are stories that could easily, I think the term that's often used is winked away. They just would get lost over time because they may not be the Paris Gibsons or the Charlie Russells, but they are people whose story and contributions and lifestyle, how they dealt with other people, the things they did for what the Montana that we enjoy today. They're just stories that are real treasures. And when at the luncheon, the stories will be read. The biographies will be read, and they're really interesting, and they're also, a lot of them are pretty entertaining.
I would imagine.
There's a lot of funny things that come out in these, and history or historical is a little bit like environmental, in the sense that when you hear historical, it conjures up a certain preconceived notion of what you're talking about. But it's a little different. These are living histories. These are relevant histories, I think, to just make your life or our lives in the Montana community.
From MTN News, this is Community Connection.
Thanks for joining us on today's Community Connection. I'm Jason Laird, joined by Alex Thompson with the Children's Museum of Montana. We've got the annual fundraiser, Chocolate Noir, coming up. Did I say that right?
Yeah, that's right, and thanks for having
Perfect.
me on here to talk about it.
Yeah, no, appreciate you coming in. So give us a little bit of insight on what the annual fundraiser is all about and what funds you're hoping to raise.
All right, well, it's happening a week from Saturday, February 8th, and we have a lot of fun going on for that event. We have a lot of live and silent auctions, our prime of dinner by Clark and Louise,
Nice.
and of course, cocktails going on there for all the fun to keep that going as
There you
well.
go. There you
and
go.
it's really about keeping our doors open, keeping the fun happening, and growing at the museum.
Right on.
As well as, going towards our new capital campaign for the new museum that will be here in town.
Right, which is a big talking point as well. And it looks like we have a local comedian providing entertainment.
Yes, Zach Jarvis actually grew up here in Great Falls, now does stand up in Missoula. So we
There
have
you
him
go.
doing a couple sets for the evening.
Very cool. And talk a little bit about how folks can go about getting tickets, any costs involved, things like that.
So we have it through Eventbrite, through our Facebook page, as well as through our website, childrensmuseumofmontana.org.
Okay.
As well as just giving us a call at the museum.
Okay.
Right now it's $45 up until the day before.
Okay.
At the day of, it'll be $55.
Okay.
But for all of our active military and veterans, we do a $10 discount if you give us a call for $35.
There you go. So perfect opportunity to get out and get involved with the community there. And talk a little bit about, like you mentioned, raising funds for the new building, but kind of give us a little bit of insight on the Children's Museum of Montana, what it's all about, and, who all does this museum serve?
Well, really the entire community, as well as a lot of areas outside of Great Falls.
Sure.
Really just giving the kids a safe, fun place to play, let out all that energy.
Right.
And of course learn, because we
Right.
do believe that the best way of learning is with hands-on, and all of
Sure.
our exhibits and things in the museum are all hands-on activities for the kiddos.
Right, and as you said, hands-on activities. Kind of talk about some of those hands-on activities that are at the museum currently that kids can do.
So right now we do, of course, have like our Lego exhibit is one of our favorites,
Can't
of
beat
course.
that,
Got those basically engineers in the making right
Right,
off the bat.
right.
Our grocery store is really fun.
Okay.
We have a lot of exhibits that kind of just tailor towards different things you might find in Great Falls.
Okay.
We have Marshall Orthodontics who put on a dentist exhibit.
Wow.
And the purpose of that one is really just to get kids used to the idea of going to the dentist, so it's
Right.
not such a scary thing.
Right,
The kids
right.
actually want to have fun and go there and take care of their teeth.
Right. No, it sounds like that gives kids a really good opportunity to kind of almost, get a leg up on life in general, being able to provide these different experiences for
Well,
them.
absolutely, as well as with all the other kiddos, it gives them a chance to socialize and really do the sharing as well as the whole coordination with the other kids.
Right. So again, that's going to be coming up February 8th, fundraiser, annual fundraiser, Chocolate Noir. For any more information on the event or just the Children's Museum in general, where can folks head to?
You can head to our Facebook page or even come visit us at the museum.
Right.
We're always giving tours, so if
even
you haven't
you're
been.
not a kid, I'm guessing you can still get a tour?
Oh, absolutely.
Fantastic.
It's fun for all ages.
There you go. If you need a little hands-on with the Lego display, I'm sure you can probably accommodate.
Oh, definitely.
Outstanding. So again, $45 for adults up till the day of, and then it's $55. Big military discount, $35, and event going on at the Mansfield Convention Center. So fantastic annual fundraiser, Chocolate Noir, for the Children's Museum of Montana. Alex, thank you so much for coming in. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
From MTN News, this is Community Connection.
Thanks for joining us on today's Community Connection. I'm Jason Laird, joined by Robert Van Spike with Business Professionals of America. Got a pretty cool fundraiser coming up here. So explain to me about the chains and what this fundraiser is all about.
So BPA, our local chapter, is participating in a Chain of Love event. So each one of these chains represents $1 that we fundraised.
Okay.
And you could get these at the Hallmark store or our Great Falls High Finance office. Right now we're at $900. Our fundraising goal is $1,000, and we're looking for kind of community help to actually meet this goal.
So you guys are very close.
Yes, very.
So when somebody decides to donate to this, do they get the sheet of paper and then it gets added to the chain, or do you take away from the chain? How does that work?
So what we do is for every dollar donated at our school, we have these chains lined up, and we work as a chapter to get these all together.
Right.
Yeah.
And being part of, Business Professionals of America, how important do you feel it is to be able to get involved with the community like this and not only, help out fundraising with BPA, but also with, Montana Special Olympics?
It's always a fantastic feeling to be part of something bigger than yourself, and BPA was a great outlet to do this.
Right. And kind of talk a little bit about, that partnership with the Special Olympics, just what it's going to help out and kind of the importance behind being able to help out Montana Special Olympics.
Yeah, so this is a BPA nationwide thing, and Montana is really just helping out there, and our chapter is raising $1,000 is a big deal.
Right, yeah, no kidding. And you guys are very close to that. You said you're at 900 now?
$900, yes.
900. And how long is this fundraiser going for?
It goes for a few more months up until March.
So you guys, now can you go above $1,000 if people want to keep donating?
Yes, we can.
Outstanding. So hopefully with, a little bit of time left, folks will get out there and help donate. If somebody, now you said Hallmark store, where else can folks, pick up one of these donation pieces?
So at the Great Falls High Finance Office.
Okay.
And that's just located right in the front of the building of the hub.
Okay. And then talk a little bit about just your experience with Business Professionals of America, some of maybe the key points that you've been able to get out of the program over the years.
So Business Professionals of America, it covers a wide variety of events, and there's a lot of computer science events there, so I found it great to actually work on my computer skills in there.
Sure. And is that something like with computer skills that you want to maybe take into the next facet of your career, like something you want to work toward? Or?
Yeah, I think it'll prepare me for college. Just all the computer courses I'm learning and all the advisors I'm meeting through Business Professionals of America.
Right, I would imagine, like we were talking prior, just being able to make those connections, as a student, kind of get the groundwork, laid for being able to, take that to the next level. And then it sounds like you guys do also have nationals coming up pretty quickly.
Do.
So talk a little bit about BPA Nationals here for a few seconds.
So Nationals is going to be around April. It's going to be in Washington, D.C. We're thinking of bringing maybe around 13 people, hopefully.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty outstanding, to be able to take it outside of Montana and grow it to that next level, I'd imagine is pretty not overwhelming, but neat experience, I'd imagine.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, cool. Robert, thank you so much for coming in. Again, Business Professionals of America, helping out Special Olympics Montana, raise a little extra money here. As always, you can pick up those donation slips, Hallmark store, GFH Finance Office, Great Falls High Finance Office there. And of course, we'll have all the details on your screen. Thanks again, Robert, for coming in.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.